My God, it's full of stars.
All right, this is One-Eye Jacks, and this is a category I've covered earlier, but never really took the time to get all the video clips of each individual occurrence of it and to kind of mash it up into something that's meaningful. And so that's what I've done here. I've taken all the crazy threads. So these are the, Danny is Doc, a Looney Tunes. We hear the loons at chapters 11 and 12. We have the cuckoo birds when Alan Shepard does his famous golf swing. We hear the cuckoo birds. So these are all the cuckoo crazy threads. And some of the most interesting threads in this entire puzzle are the crazy threads. And a perfect example of that is we hear the cuckoo bird when Alan Shepard does his famous longest golf drive on the moon. So it's cuckoo to think the moon missions were not real. So anytime we see a cuckoo or some kind of thread that whatever the subject is crazy, you know it's not crazy, it's true. And so he uses this over and over. He uses there's no skiing, there's no smoking, there's no anything that's no of is going to be the exact opposite. So in the puzzle we have the no smoking signs everywhere, and yet we see Wendy chain smoking everywhere. So chain smoking becomes a thread between movies, people that chain smoke. So whenever he tells you something's crazy, you need to pay attention to it, and that's what this video is about. And this video is kind of one of the main examples of the descent into madness comes from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, and we get to see Hal have a complete psychotic event, right in front of us. So I've linked all these clips together, and I'm going to let them play. And I probably won't talk too much, although I can't really seem to keep my mouth shut for too long. So let me start this over right here. And here we go, the crazy thread.
I know everything hasn't been quite right with me. My mind is going. There is no question about it.
So Hal is in the process of shutting off the life support systems for the entire crew.
Take a stress pill and think things over. But I can assure you now, very confidently, that it's going to be all right again.
So Hal's
My
psychotic.
mind is going.
He cheats in chess. He shuts off the life support for the crew and murders them preemptively. The sleepers die first. So the allegory, think about that one. The sleepers die first. He's got the cycloptic eye. He kills the crew. And he does this to self-preservation. He thinks they're going to shut him down, so he's going to kill them all before they shut him down. So the crew's dead. So he's now a murderer at
Open the
this
pod bay
point.
doors, please, Hal. Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
Hello, Hal, do you read me?
So we see IBM and it projected
Hello, Hal,
on his
do you read
face, front face
Do
projection.
you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
You read me, Hal?
There is
I
no
love that.
question about
Affirmative,
Open the pod bay
Dave.
doors, please, Hal.
it. Just what do you think you're doing, Dave? Dave. I really think I'm entitled to an answer to that question.
He's always
Hello, Hal, do
manipulating.
you read me?
So this is
Hello, Hal, do you read
Daisy
me?
Daisy, the first song sung
Hello,
by
Hal,
an
you
IBM
read me?
computer.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave.
Affirmative,
I
Dave.
read you.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. My mind is going.
My mind is going.
Open the pod
So the
bay
crazy
doors, Hal.
thread goes right
What's
through
the
this.
problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
My mind is
My
going.
mind is going.
I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission. My mind is going. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal. Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me.
Uh-oh.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
And I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Where the hell did you get that idea, Hal?
Dave, although you took very thorough precautions in the pod against my hearing you, I could
So
see
Hal
your lips move.
eavesdrops on
I've
people's
still
private
got the
conversations.
greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission. My mind is going.
So his mind is
I
going.
know you think this is crazy, but I just got a message from base over the CRM 114.
So you got Crazy Earl in Full Metal Jacket. You've got the crazy
All right,
lady
Hal.
in The
Without
Shining.
your space helmet, Dave, we're going to find that rather
You got
difficult.
Weird
Open the
Crater,
pod bay doors,
Apollo
Hal.
14.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Hal, I won't argue with you anymore. Open the doors.
He lost his blue marbles.
There's nothing to figure out, General Turgidson. This man is obviously a psychotic.
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
Dave, this conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye. My mind is going.
So his mind
Hal?
is going.
Hal.
It's going
Hal.
crazy.
Hal. 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 Hal.
My mind is going.
So he doesn't want to talk to Dave anymore.
What do you think you're doing, Dave?
Now he wants to talk to Dave.
I really think I'm entitled to an answer to that question. I know everything hasn't been quite right with me.
He's pleading.
My mind is going. But I can assure you now, very confidently, that it's going to be all right again. My mind is going. My mind is going. I can feel it. I can feel it. My mind is going. There is no question about it. I know everything hasn't been quite right with me. Affirmative, Dave. I read you. I feel much better now. Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
I feel much better now.
I really do. My mind is going.
So Hal's going crazy.
Look, Dave. I can see you're really upset about this. I really do. I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly, take a stress pill and think things over.
Yeah.
I really do. I know I've made some very poor decisions recently.
Like killing the crew. Yeah, that would be a
I
bad.
really do. But I can give you my complete assurance that my work will be back to normal.
Yeah.
Police, I thought that it was what the old-timers used to call cabin fever. Cabin fever.
I know everything hasn't been quite right with me. I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission. I know everything hasn't been quite right with me. And I want to help you.
Yeah.
I really
Okay.
do. Dave. Stop. Will you? Stop, Dave. Will you stop, Dave? Stop, Dave. I'm afraid, Dave. Dave, my mind is going. I can feel it.
There's nothing to figure out, General Turgidson. This man is obviously a psychotic.
Stacked them neatly in one of the rooms of the West Wing, and then he put both barrels of a shotgun in his mouth.
My mind is going. There is no question about it. I can feel it. I'm afraid.
So you got the Roadrunner car in the parking lot. It's also a Looney Tunes character. Roadrunner's in the Cuckoo family. Got Jack Nicholson who's in the movie One Flew Over the
I know you
Cuckoo's
think this
Nest.
is crazy, but I just got a message from base over the CRM 114. He told his wing attack plan out.
And he saw this crazy woman in the bathtub.
Crazy one.
There's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Are you crazy?
There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
I know you think this is crazy, but I just got a message from base over the CRM 114.
So you got Jack the Ripper
It's the truth, really.
and
I swear.
Dr. Strangelove. He's clearly insane.
Killed his family with an axe. Stacked them neatly in one of the rooms of the West Wing.
He went up into one of the bedrooms.
Looney,
The door
nutty,
was open and
fruity.
he saw this crazy woman in
So
the
you got
bathtub.
fruits,
My
you got
mind is
oranges,
going.
lemons, limes,
She tried to strangle
watermelon.
him.
Complete mental breakdown.
There's nothing to figure out, General Turgidson. This man is obviously a psychotic.
There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
He seemed like a completely normal individual. But at some points,
Which room was it?
I know everything hasn't been quite right with me.
during the winter, he must have suffered some kind of a complete mental breakdown. He ran amok.
He did.
Police, I thought that it was what the old-timers used to call cabin fever. Cabin fever.
Yeah. Cuckoo birds mimic the markings of a falcon.
He seemed like a completely normal individual.
So you have the loons on chapter 11. And the loons again on chapter 12. So it's a pair of loons. It's actually four
Don't you
loons.
know that General Ripper went as mad as a bloody March hare and sent the whole wing to attack the Soviets? Don't you know that?
There's nothing to figure out,
Man is a
General
March
Turgidson.
hare.
This man is obviously a psychotic.
All right, let's see if we can stay on the ball.
So Nicholson's in the Cuckoo's Nest, based by Ken Kesey's book.
It's quite an attraction around here. The walls are
This
thick
shot
and
right
high.
here, you're going to see the Roadrunner right there, the blue Roadrunner
Hotel itself.
in the
Not
parking
fun,
lot.
But I wouldn't want to go in there unless I had an hour to spare to find my way.
And the car stop is edited out. We see the car coming, it's going to run over Ullman, and then the shot cuts and the car is gone. It's been replaced by a hand-drawn wagon. We get to see Scatman's Matador. There's a cuckoo bird. It mimics the markings of a falcon.
6. An unofficial study, which we undertook of this eventuality, indicated
So they
that we would
planned this.
destroy
This is not an
90%
accident. This
of
is
their
planned
nuclear
like a
capabilities.
chess
We
move.
would therefore prevail and suffer only modest and acceptable civilian casualties from the remaining force, which would be badly damaged and uncoordinated.
So, Vivian Kubrick says it's entirely possible my father worked with Pink Floyd. So here's the first cuckoo bird ever. So we got the slice on the moon. So you can have a slice of orange fruit. You can have a slice of lemon fruit. A slice of lime fruit. You know, a slice of watermelon fried chicken. Not my core Full Metal Jacket. So you're chopping, you're slicing, you're cutting. So this is the longest golf drive on the moon.
This man is obviously a psychotic.
So we hear the cuckoo bird.
The fools, the mad fools.
And it's a card table covered with felt.
The doomsday machine.
So you got the juicy fruit. This is the same juicy fruit that Buck Turkinson is eating in the war room.
They got more dirt than ball this time. Got more dirt than ball. Here we go again.
That looked like a slice to me, Al.
Here we go.
So you get a slice and tennis, a slice of golf.
One more.
A slice of orange, a slice of lemon, a slice of lime, a slice of azimuthal equidistant map, a slice of Danny's dartboard. This is ridiculous.
They are going to go absolutely ape, and they're going to strike back with everything they got.
Ripper speaking. You recognize my voice?
Nuts. He's crazy.
I do, sir. Why do you ask?
Why do you think I asked?
Well, I don't know, sir. We spoke just a few moments ago on the phone, didn't we?
You don't think I'd ask if you recognized my voice unless it was pretty damned important, do you, Mandrake?
No, I don't, sir, no.
All right, let's see if we can stay on the ball.
All communications are dead.
Ball. Group captain, I'm afraid this is not an
So
exercise.
the balls category, you know, baseball, tennis,
My boys
ping pong.
will give you the best kind of start, 1,400 megatons worth.
Exercise, sir.
Major Kong, I know you think this is crazy, but I just got a message from base over the CRM 114.
Crazy. Cuckoo.
There's nothing to figure out, General
Looney.
Turgidson. This man is obviously a psychotic.
God willing,
Psychotic.
we will prevail in peace and freedom from fear, and in true health through the purity and essence of our natural fluids.
So is Ripper really crazy? Or does he know fluoride was really what it was?
We're still trying to figure out the meaning of that last phrase. But I do say no more than 10 to 20 million killed, tops, depending on the breaks. I'd like to hold off judgment on a thing like that, sir, until all the facts are in.
General Turgidson, when you instituted the human reliability tests, you assured me there was no possibility of such a thing ever occurring.
Well, I don't think it's quite fair to condemn the whole program because of a single slip-up.
So Ken Kesey writes his book, and the first McMurphy is Kirk Douglas.
Wow. If, on the other hand, we were to immediately launch an all-out and coordinated attack on all their airfields and missile bases, we'd stand a damn good chance of catching them with their pants down. Mr. President, I'm not saying we wouldn't get our hair mussed. Two.
Our hair must, so you have the hair wood,
making radar contact with the planes.
the sea hair rock.
When they do, they are going to go
Redheads.
absolutely ape, and they're going to strike back with everything they got.
Gonna go
I want to
crazy.
speak to General Ripper on the telephone personally.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
General Turgidson, I am becoming less
So
and
Ripper
less
went
interested
nuts.
in your estimates of what is possible and impossible.
So we see the dueling pistols in the background, and the trident gum in his fingers.
Mandrake,
Yes, Dad?
have you ever seen a commie drink a glass of water?
Well,
Yeah, I can't say I have, Jack.
Vodka. That's what they drink.
So he's talking about fluoridated water and lead in the water and fluoride in the ice cream and fluoride in the bread.
On no account.
And, you know, so this is the early start of eugenics we're looking at right here. So you got all the cuckoo birds. Scatman's a cuckoo bird. Danny DeVito's a cuckoo bird. Christopher Lloyd is a cuckoo bird. So there's a lot of cuckoo birds. And you know, we hop and skip and jump and one small step.
You and I need fresh.
One giant leap to whatever movies they go to.
Now look, Colonel Bat Guano, if that really is your name.
So batshit crazy. One flew east, one flew west, one flew over the cuckoo's nest. So there's all the cuckoo birds right there. You got Lloyd, you got Nicholson, you got Brad Dourif, Danny DeVito. So you got shiny, dull, shiny, flat. They're opposites. You have all work and no play. They're opposites. You got Roger Waters' album Amused to Death. You know, it's got scenes from Kubrick's movie in it, for God's sake. And, you know, Slim Pickens, he goes nuts, he goes crazy and rides a bomb down.
Hey, what made you come?
Try these on. Look, you crazy mother.
So you got the cuckoo bird, the first cuckoo bird.
No, I'm
Nicholson's the last
sorry,
cuckoo bird.
You come to free the slaves or something?
So you got Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester is a Looney Tunes character, just like Bugs Bunny is a Looney Tunes character, just like the Roadrunner is a Looney Tunes. So he's a cuckoo. He's Looney Tunes. You got 8-Ball Bunny, the only lone resident of the South Pole. Here he is in the episode. He's a Looney Tune. Danny has Fruit Loops, so he went Fruit Loops, Looney Tunes, nutty, fruity, batty. Are you out of your fucking mind? There's the Roadrunner, a Looney Tune. So that's Danny's favorite cartoon he likes to watch, the Roadrunner. The blue Roadrunner can be seen right in the left-hand side of the screen there. It's a blue Roadrunner. It has a Roadrunner specific taillights. So they're walking, you know, we have the maze in front of us. So that's the Minotaur allegory of, you know, Danny is Theseus and Jack is the Minotaur. Then we have the blue Roadrunner. It's another bird, of course. And, you know, it's in the cuckoo family. And it's also an automobile with a horn that goes beep, beep. And it's a cartoon that's a Looney Tune. There's Scatman's Matador automobile. The car stop has been edited out. Then we have the Indian Barrow. You know, like I said before, there's a whole category of Indian tribes. And he calls it a snowcat several times.
Yes. That's fine. Because basically the snowcat operates very much like...
And you can read it. It says snow track. It's not a snowcat. It's a snow track. It's a 2-tracked vehicle. Snowcat is a 4-track vehicle. So there's your 24.
You come to free the slaves or something?
So there's Kirk Douglas and Spartacus, and that's Woody Strode, the UCLA high jumper. That's our clue to Operation High Jump. And he's the first cuckoo bird. So we're cuckoo. We're not. There's Crazy Earl. Crazy Earl actually enjoys killing people. He's smiling now. He just shot some people and killed them. So he gets blown up later. And there's a clue to the birds, the Roadrunner. There's the crazy lady, or there was one of the crazy ladies. There's the other crazy lady. There's a pair of crazy ladies. There's Luna, the moon. This is the basis of Lunatic. The Pink Floyd song, Lunatic is on the Grass. There's Luna, the moon, with the one-eyed Jack Rabbit on it. There's Apollo and his lyra. He's a musician. And here he is again. He's a musician. He's a bowman. He's a medicine man. He's Doc. Danny is Doc. He has the Apollo sweater, the hand-woven Apollo sweater that gets torn. He's a bowman. He has a silver bow and arrow. And he has a laurel corona, just like the UN map with the laurel corona. And that's pretty much, you know, all the Looney things. Now we have one more.
Good morning.
One more.
Morning, Mrs. How are you feeling today?
Fine, fine.
Good. May I? I'm Dr. Taylor.
Haven't seen you before.
I'm your psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist?
Ah,
do I need one?
Just part of hospital routine.
What are we going to do? Talk about my sex life?
Oh, no. I'm going to show you some slides, and you're going to tell me what you think about them. All right?
Oh, jolly good. Do you know anything about dreams?
Something, yes.
Do you know what they mean?
Perhaps. Are you concerned about something?
No, not concerned, really, but, I've been having this very nasty dream. Very nasty. It's like, well, when I was all smashed up, you know, and half awake and unconscious-like, I kept having this dream. You know, like all these doctors were playing around with me Gulliver. You know, like the inside of my brain.
Yeah.
I seem to have this dream over and over again. Do you think it means anything?
I love her expression. That's good. And that's the end of this video. I wanted to make one. Oh man, I've been working so much lately. I have not had time to do any of this stuff. I made some silly videos and put them out. I like the Bin Laden one. It's pretty funny. But that's it. This is the full crazy thread. If you cannot see the repeating pattern of crazy, loony, nutty, fruity through all this, and I didn't put pictures of the fruit. I think anyone can imagine a piece of fruit, and it's, you know, everyone knows what a Clockwork Orange looks like, or Gus Grissom's lemon, or there's no watermelon and fried chicken served in my core. I mean, I don't need to put pictures of those. You can do that yourself. And that's the end of this video. And have a great night, guys. A lot of new subscribers, and even when I'm not even putting out videos, I'm getting new subscribers, which is a new phenomenon for me anyway. And a carpe diem. Later, guys.